Hey, so check this out. I've set up a true two-way sync between Notion and Google Sheets. So if I make an update here, let's say Brian, and change this to John Jones, this in about 10 or 15 seconds here will look at this Brian Chesky record and update it to John Jones. And so while that's loading, I'll go ahead and do the same on a record in Notion. So let's take Patrick and change him from is a customer yes to is a customer no. And the same idea here, in about 10 or 15 seconds here, this will sync from Notion into Google Sheets. Sweet, there we go. So John Jones has just updated from Sheets to Notion, as you just saw, and this went from yes to no over in Sheets. Again, because we have this sweet two-way sync between Notion and Google Sheets running. I can also create new records. So if I create a new one here and make this like Jack Smith, something like that, right? This will sync into Sheets, and same idea, I can create one in Sheets and sync it back into Notion. Now, the extra bonus special here is that aside from being a two-way sync just between these two tools, as you saw here with Jack Smith, I've also set up a third sync, which is with Airtable. So here now, I'm syncing Airtable with those two, and as you can kind of see, I just brought in this Jack Smith record. Let's go the other way. So let's take Jack Smith and turn him into Sarah Jones, right? And maybe we give her sarah@gmail.com and no. Because I've got all of these hooked up, when I make this update in Airtable and come back over to Sheets and Notion, this will sync back across. And again, it takes about 10 or 15 seconds here, so let's watch as that comes through. There's Sarah, and Sarah will then sync over to Sheets. So this is the cool power of true two-way sync between Notion, Sheets, and Airtable. All of this is happening because behind the scenes, I have a Whalesync sync set up, or a couple Whalesync syncs set up to let this run. So you can kind of see syncing changes here from Notion to Sheets. That's that last one. But basically these two syncs, Notion Airtable and Notion Sheets, are what's doing the bulk of this work to make this happen. And just to see how it's all set up, if we click into, let's say, the Notion and Sheets one, I have a two-way sync going between a context table and a handful of fields. And same idea over in Airtable, right? Notion and Airtable are set up where it's the context table syncing between email, image, dropdowns, etc. And what's really sweet about this is I can use this to set up really any kind of field type that Sheets supports and bring it into Notion and vice versa. So if I wanted to add, let's say, a Notion AI field, I can use that and then sync that into Sheets. Or alternatively, if I wanted to use Sheets formulas and calculations, which are super powerful, I can use that in Sheets and sync it into Notion. So that is all about how you can set up a two-way sync between Notion, Sheets, and Airtable. I hope you enjoyed. Love to see you give it a shot. It's whalesync.com, and you can check out any of these sheets with a 2-week free trial.